Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the FrostBytez gaming experience. We're going to be diving back into the world of BioShock, but this time a little bit different compared to my last run through of it. In this mode, we are doing a wrench-only run, which is why I'm uploading on Fridays during my challenge run. If you watched my little update of what I'm looking forward to doing in 2019, then you pretty much knew that this was going to be coming. Or if you watched my 1% run of Metroid Fusion, you also knew that this was going to be up next on my challenge runs. So, gotta explain a couple things here. When I took a look online into a wrench-only run of BioShock, because it's one of those, I kind of want to see if it can be done. You know, I don't usually like trying to do a challenge that can't be completed, but, you know, it's one of those where, you know, I'm curious enough to try it even if I can't do it, just to see how far I can get, but I obviously always want to be able to beat these challenges if I can. So I took a quick look into it, and a lot of what I read were people saying it was a wrench-only run, but they still use plasmids. And to me, that makes it not a wrench-only run. That's a wrench plasmid-only run. So I'm doing an actual wrench-only run. The only time you're going to see me use plasmids is when I have to use them in order to move on with the mission. I'm not going to be using them to damage enemies whatsoever. The only time I'm going to be hitting an enemy is when I'm hitting them with the wrench. Now, other tonics, on the other hand, I will be using, using the gene bank in order to make sure that my wrench hits harder, or if I can get some more health off of doing certain things, little things like that, because I am playing it on the hard mode. So it's already going to be a little bit difficult as it is, but I feel like adding in a wrench-only variant of it is going to make it even more challenging, probably even too challenging. I'm not exactly sure how exactly it is I'm going to be going through with this, actually, but that's kind of the fun of it. I really want to see how far I can go in this game by just only using the wrench, no other weapons, no plasmids against enemies. I remember talking with a buddy of mine about it, and he said one of the hardest things is going to be taking on the big daddies, and I do agree. That is definitely going to be a challenge, but I'm wondering how far I can go in this game before I need to actually fight a big daddy in order to get, enough Atom to get more of the plasmids that I'm going to need, or just the upgrade tonics that I'm going to need. I'm definitely going to need a lot of health well, mostly just health upgrades. I don't even need Eve upgrades because I don't plan on using them whatsoever. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'm very curious on how far I can actually get with this. When I was telling myself, hey, what am I gonna do for my Friday uploads, because I wanted to get rid of the whole entire one and done for the time being, and it might be a mix of both one and done games and challenge run games, depending on what my scheduling is like and all that. I've got some free time, so I can actually sit and do longer games. That's why I want to do the challenge plays for the time being. But I was thinking to myself, when doing Metroid Fusion, I was like, what's the next game I really actually want to challenge myself on? And immediately I just think of BioShock. BioShock, if you didn't watch my original run of BioShock, this was one of the games that got me back into gaming in the first place. During my time in high school, I kind of fell out of favor with gaming for just doing other ordeals. I just wasn't enjoying it as much as I used to. And then my buddy got a 360, and he got BioShock with it. Now, even before then, I saw the commercials for BioShock, and I'm like, that looks kind of cool, but, I didn't have any money. I didn't have any means of getting myself a 360, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, even if I get some money, I might as well keep getting games from my GameCube. I had a GameCube back in the day, so, it's like, instead of paying, another $300 for a new gaming console and restarting, I might as well just, stick with what it is that I got. But then my buddy, James, he got a 360, and I was watching him playing BioShock, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember seeing this game on the television, and I don't know, seeing one of the fights with him and one of the big daddies was enough to sell me on actually using the money I had at the time to actually go out of my way, buy a 360, and get BioShock. And it it made me fall in love with playing video games all over again. And then from there, I went and got Mass Effect after watching James once again. He kind of was the one that would use his money just to test games. You know, oh, hey, this seems like okay. You know, this seems like fun. Let's go ahead and do it. You know, and then I would kind of watch and then kind of decide if I wanted to get it or not. And yeah, he got BioShock. I watched it and I'm like, yep, definitely going to play this. He got Mass Effect. I watched it. Yep, definitely going to play this. And then through those two games, my love for gaming slowly came back. So because of that, I was like, what's a game that I've gone a while without playing? You know, it has been a while. The last time I played BioShock was when I played it for the channel, you know. I love this game, and I'll play it whenever I can, but at the same time, I only have so much free time, and I need to use that free time to play games for the channel. And it's like, huh, you know what? I haven't played BioShock in a while. I need an excuse to play it again. Hey, let's just do a wrench-only run. So I decided to look it up online, see what people said, and like I said, most of them were talking about using plasmids, but it seemed plausible to me because I know later on in the game, the wrench becomes the weapon of choice. You know, you have all these plasmids and all these, you know, guns, but you can just realistically run through and just kill everything, even on the hard difficulty, with the wrench and have little to no problem. Some problem here and there with some of the long-range fighters. You know, you gotta spend time running to get to them, where usually you would use your shock in order to just hold them, you know, stun them so you can actually run up and hit them. I can't do that. You know, so I'm curious to see how far I can go, especially with those upcoming spider splicers. You know, they're gonna be a right pain in the ass, if I'm sure. Those leatherhead splicers and the Houdini splicers, I can imagine being a right pain in the ass if I can't use guns or plasmids. But we'll see. Alrighty, let's go ahead and just get right on into it. Let's get ourselves a service radio. Come on, I'm ready. I like how he sounds like he's so far away. When I pick it up, it sounds like he's right next to me. You know, it's like that radio should not sound like it's, you know, outside the pod. It's actually in here with me. Alrighty. Now, this won't be the last time I take a look at BioShock for the channel, because again, I'm always wanting to find new excuses to play this game. And honestly, if I'm being real, I wasn't really too impressed with my latest run of BioShock. I feel like I could have done it a lot better, so I might go out of my way and replay it again. It will freeze you for a moment until they kind of move onward. Also, I think I missed jump on some of those. Our Lord and Savior, the wrench. There we go. Alrighty, so basically what I need to do is I need to try to figure out patterns that a lot of the splicers are going to use in order to not take nearly any damage. Another thing I got to work on is not accidentally pressing down on the left analog stick, because that's one thing I always find myself doing, is if I get into a real panic mode, I'm trying to move side to side, I'll accidentally click and I'll go into a crouch mode, and that really hurts. Now, we're not going to use that health pack that we got, because we've got a lot of food around here that we can actually utilize. Okay, and we're actually going to come here first because we've got another first aid kit in here. Perfect. And I know there's some other goodies I haven't gotten yet, but might as well just get through the cutscene of getting ourselves our very first plasmid that, once again, we are only going to be using for opening doors. Basically, the only plasmids I see us using is the electric one in order to open some doors, the fire plasmid for all of the ice, and finally the telekinesis at one point, because you got to use it to blow up that one barricade in the medical facility. God, imagine if he actually died right there.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry pop.
One thing I also really never noticed when playing this game, because, you know, in a lot of cases, I only play games to play them. I don't really pay attention to listen as much as I really should, so there's a lot of information that I miss out on. But hearing, like, the way their voices are done there has that, like, deep sound along with their normal sound. I don't know, it's very interesting how Plasma can do that to them. But yeah, think of plasmids as drugs, you know, that's just the whole entire life of Rapture. It's really nice, but the minute you introduce any kind of drug sequence, that's when things start falling apart, especially when it's one that can cause electricity to come out of your hands, or fire, or cause you to pick someone up and throw them, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, it could be quite addictive, I believe.
Angel. I can see light coming from his belly.
Oh, look at all those scars on her arm.
He's still breathing.
If there's one thing that I felt that the second BioShock game did right, and I think BioShock 2 did a lot of things wrong in my personal opinion. I was one of the few people that actually did not like BioShock 2 all that much. Don't even get me started on BioShock Infinite personally. I felt like BioShock 2 did a miles better job on what they made the little sisters look like. You know, the clayness of them in this game makes them look a lot freakier than what they should really look like, in my opinion. They're supposed to be nice little innocent girls that have been corrupted. And I guess that's the point. You know, they're supposed to look like that they've been corrupted. But even when they're not, they still look like just like those little ventriloquist dolls that can come to life and just kill you in your sleep. They're basically Chucky dolls, you know, and those are just kind of what you don't want to be dealing with here. All right, so we have our next guy running through. Now, it's funny, he runs through, and he's a spider splicer, but what we run into is another thuggish splicer. Now, the only 1-2 punch we're going to give him is our own little... Now, if we can just dodge to the side correctly without going down... Where you running, boy? Oh, give me that first aid. I need to stock up on as much first aid in the beginning as I can. I think that's it. It's just me. Oh, I'm here that way. I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, buddy. I wasn't ignoring you, I promise. Ow. Ooh. Oh, I never even noticed that in the first couple times I played this game. Another first aid. Yeah, that actually overflows with water, which would make sense. That's kind of why we had to leave it. But I did not know time-wise, because usually you just zap them and run. I did not mean to drink that. Usually you just zap them and run instantly, so... by actually ignoring that. Alright, so this guy's gonna burn himself, so if we just, like, stay away from him and just keep going around these without getting stuck, he'll actually just slowly die. Well, why? Don't do that. There we go. Alrighty, I'm a little bit low. I feel like I should be okay health-wise, though. In the very beginning here, because this next lady we're going to be sneaking up on and get a free hit, and it should only take 2 hits to finish her.
Listen, I've got a family. I need to get them out of here, but the splicers have cut me off from them. If you can reach them in Neptune's bounty, then maybe, just maybe...
We never get that guy's story either down there.
Feel like the unluckiest man in the world right now.
Well, we just got done surviving a plane crash, so I guess we feel a little bit more lucky than you actually think.
Go to Neptune's bounty. Find my
Just because you need our help doesn't mean we're suddenly unlucky. Alright, you got ourselves another first aid kick. Oh, nice. And a pet bar. Now, for some reason, I always thought that what she did was pick up the gun and start shooting you. I do not know why I misthought that. Okay, let's see here. We got the guy down there, but we'll worry about him later. There should be another first aid kick around here. There we are. Let's see here. I don't think there's any more food. We're not going to worry about him, but come over to here and you can see a little sister just peeking at us. Really creepy. Alright, we go through here. There's a guy waiting in there for us, but we're going to get ourselves a first aid here. Now, this is one thing. My favorite thing about this game regularly are the diaries. Because, you know, if you're one of those people that like just running through a game and actually playing it without having to worry about cutscenes, the way that they do, you know, the story in this game is mostly through the diaries above everything else. So because of that, you don't really have to stop for cutscenes all that much, except for a couple areas. So we got ourselves a leatherhead here. We just gotta stay close. If she pushes us away, it does a little bit of damage, but we don't really want to let her get too much distance on us, because if she does, then that's where the real pain train comes in as far as her shooting us goes. Leatherhead splicers, we just want to not keep our distance. We want to be right in their face, make it as uncomfortable for them as possible. And I think these guys are coated with less health. They're supposed to die instantly, to being hit into, you know, being hit with the electrical shot in the water. So because of that, they actually die a little bit faster. Just slightly. There should be another first aid pack back here. Somewhere. Here we are. First aid. Don't want to get the alcoholic drink. And there's another diary. Might as well just refill for whenever I need it later on. Give me the pep bar. Now, if I remember right, cigarettes will give you more health, but get rid of your Eve? Nope, opposite. So it's the drinks that I want to gain health and lose out on Eve. Is that right? Yep, that's right. So I actually don't mind getting the drinks in this case. But if you drink too much at once, you're going to start walking a little funny. But we don't need the Eve. Which is really funny if you think about it, because that basically means that drinking is really good for you over smoking. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm going to save that first aid for later, because I got to fight this guy up here, and I might take a hit or two. Yep. So now we can go ahead and heal ourselves and pick up that first aid. I need to try and figure out some of the throwing patterns, but the biggest problem, I'm going to end up having is every single time that I actually hit to go down, that's just going to mess me up entirely. Ooh, nice. Got myself another pet bar. Okay, cigarettes. Cigarettes I want to stay away from, and alcoholic beverages. I can go out of my way and drink till I'm drunk. Okay. So now we got the wall over here we can head on through, and I don't think there's a first aid over here.
Careful now. Would you kindly lower that weapon for a minute? You think that's a child down there?
It looks like a child.
Don't be fooled. She's a little sister now. Somebody went and turned a sweet baby girl into a
So we can't. So you have to actually drop down here, and it won't give you the option to jump back up on it. But if you look right over here, you're going to see the Big Daddy just appear in instead of like walking in or anything. But I think you can see it better from here. But it's just going to appear, just pop up once he's done talking. Boom, there he is. And he's just slowly peeking through. Cool thing about the Big Daddies is that they actually never really do this. You know, they're not that flexible. Oh, another thing I should state that I'm also going to be looking to do is I will still use the research camera just to up the amount of damage I can do on Big Daddies and Splicers. And because it also gives me more of the gene tonics that I need in order to actually, you know, do damage in this game on the hard mode. You know, I feel like limiting myself to using nothing but the wrench is going to be hard enough as it is. So I feel like I need some kind of extra boost just in case, because I don't know how relatively hard it's going to end up being for me. You know, if I still feel like it's too easy, then I'll probably do another run where I don't use any of the gene tonics and do nothing but the wrench, no research camera, nothing. But again, I just don't feel like that's going to happen. Just gotta get my circles in. Like, if she hits you physically, it doesn't do nearly as much. Now, him coming in is a bit of a problem. Luckily, I took care of her first. Because he can do more damage being up close to me. Now, with the wrench, I don't think you get any extra damage for actually hitting them in the head. So, you know, it doesn't really matter where you swing it with them. Alrighty, I think these two, again, have lower health. Because again, they're supposed to die the minute you hit them with the electrical bolt, and the only way to do that, I believe, is if you actually lower their health. Because later on, you run into some where even if you hit them in the water, it doesn't kill them, it just kind of freezes them for a long portion of time. Okay, so let's go ahead and open these up. I think we get some alcohol in some of them. Perfect. Get our drunkenness out of the way early. This is going to be our first big one here. Now, I'm still not relatively sure if this part is timed or based on, like, taking out enemies. I'm not exactly sure. I know there's a health pack there, and we'll wait till we desperately need it, but we need the bandages now. Get as much health as possible. But yeah, I don't know if this is time-based or enemy-based. We have to kill a certain amount of enemies or just survive for a certain amount of time. So that's going to close, and we're going to come into the bathroom here, because this is going to be the safest place for us. Because normally what you're supposed to do is constantly zap the water that they jump in, but we can't do that. So we're just going to be here, let them come to us. I know we got some leatherheads we're going to deal with, so I got to be very careful on this. Okay, come on. Okay, so we got 2 thuggish first. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, there's the leatherhead. I got to get to her first. Oh, there's 2 of them? Oh, boy. Oh, wait, no, that was just the other thuggish on me. Ooh, they actually do a little bit more damage than I thought they did up close. Okay, I've already had to use 3 health packs. Got one there, got one here. Okay. Okay, that explosion hits. Now I think it's time-based. So it's 3, and then it's timed. That's my assumption. It might still be based on maybe I've defeated. That's a leatherhead. Ow. I'm not! Just let go of me! Okay. So it's 5, it looks like. There we go. Oh. I should be okay. Just bob and weave! Okay, we're good. Woo! Bobbing and weaving. I might have to end up using that first aid anyways, because I don't know if there's anything like basic health-wise.
So tell me, friend, which one of the bitches sent you? The KGB wolf or the CIA jackal? Here's the news. Rapture isn't some sunken ship for you to plunder.
Yeah, they could have done the subtitles in this game a little bit better, because it just kind of slowly goes away. Basically, Ryan thinks that we're with the KGB, the CIA, we're with some kind of, you know, government that's trying to shut him down because, hey, you can't have this ocean. We, the government, own the ocean. Therefore, you got to pay us for it. I'll take Gaia on. Bring it on. Now, again, this is supposed to be a scary scene your first time playing, because the very beginning of the game is supposed to be scary, and then you find out that later on in the game, it gets less scary, and you're actually, you know, it becomes more action. And I like to think that the game was made purposely that way, because it's supposed to directly showcase when you first enter Rapture, you don't know where you are, you know what you're doing, and it's a scary thing. And the more you get used to the surroundings of it and everything that's going on, and the stronger you actually get, it is supposed to be more action-based and not horror-based, because, you know, by this point, your character is used to it. You know about everything going on in here, and so you're basically one of the, you know, messed up people here at this point. Alright, looks like I'm not getting any chips or drinks or anything. Let's check up here. Nope. Okay, looks like I'm going to have to utilize one of them. That's okay. So we got this here for, but first we got to do our first hacking. So basically hacking, you just mash up the pipe so it goes from the starting end all the way to the finishing end. And you want to do it before the water itself starts reaching what it is that you're going through. It's very, very slow in the first one, obviously, because it's your first go around. But if you notice, when they actually connect, they actually enlarge. So you'll know if it goes all the way through or not. Sometimes later on, they get hard to the point where it's actually impossible. When that meter is towards the red end instead of the green end, there are some that are actually impossible to do, which I'm not a fan of. But usually during those points, if it's that big, I use a hack tool or I buy it out. I'm going to go ahead and just do it. But the fact that you can actually buy out machines, you can pay for it to actually work for you, has always been a really funny thing to me personally. You know, I've always found it interesting that's like, oh, you can just buy it. You know, you can buy whatever it is, you know, the security camera, the security turret, whatever it is, you can buy it off and be like, hey, you work for me and I'll pay you good. That's kind of the way I've always visualized it anyways. Oh, wait, no, I wanted that one there. And perfect. So now we got ourselves much cheaper. We only got $73. I could just buy the vodka, though. It's actually 2. It's actually not bad at first, but we'll buy 1 for now. Because I know we got some chips up in here. Alright, so we have our little security friend here. Whenever you get attacked or attack something, it'll fight them for you. Oh, give me those bandages. But we're going to let those two kill each other first. Come on. Come on, you two fight each other first. Don't worry about me. Okay, so now she's dead. He's going to come for me. I'm going to let him walk up. I don't want him to get a free shot on me. Hello? Sir? Come on, you're supposed to come to me. There we go, I took a hit, so now my security bot's going to fight him for me. And I can just run away. Sounds like he's dead. Nope, not yet. There we go. So yeah, we definitely want to have the machines fighting a lot more for us.
Adam and Ryan. All those years of studying. Was I ever truly a surgeon before I met them? How we clinked away with our scalpels.
Okay, just making sure there wasn't anything in there.
Yes.
But yeah, again, you can utilize the diaries to get an idea of what this entire place is like without having to sit through cutscenes that, if you want to keep the action going, you can. You just listen to the diaries and it kind of gives you the whole entire story of this place, what it was like, how it was built. Okay, now one of them should be running through if I can get a free hit. Perfect. Now I just run. Now the other reason why you want to run is that your security bot will also do damage to you if you're in between if you're in between it and whatever needs to attack. If you do that, it will hit you on the way. More weapons that I'm not going to be able to utilize. Alright, so come to here, because one of them is a leatherhead and will just attack you from the distance. Yep. So we want to look to get a hit and just run. Now, it won't attack all of them, so you got to try and hit all of them. Come on, come on. Running away. Let my little bot take care of it for me. Ow! Help me, bot! Ow! No! Oh, this is scary. Them I could probably take on. Yeah, but the leatherheads I'm afraid of, because they do a lot of damage. No! Leave my bot alone. Now, sometimes they'll also shoot the dead corpse after you've taken care of them. So definitely be careful on that. I think the last one is that leatherhead out there. Oh, boy. Yep. Wait, is there two? I feel like I gotta take one shot. There is two! Help me, bot! Now, if you accidentally hit your bot, it won't attack you, which is a good thing. Hello? I want them to get closer. I don't want to take any free shots. Here we go. Don't run! Oh my god, I don't want to take any free pot shots. There we go. Go, my bot! Avenge me! We definitely want to help whatever we can. We want this bot to survive as long as possible. He's actually doing pretty okay health-wise. Oh no! He's going down! Don't you hurt him. Now, you can't repair them, unfortunately, so once his clock is ticked, well, it's ticked. You can't do much about it. Oh, there's one more thuggish. Oh, come on. Bring it. There we go. Perfect. Alrighty. Boy, my bot's not doing so hot. How's he doing health-wise? Now, you can deactivate them if you want them to survive a little bit longer. But it doesn't help them repair. As far as I know, anyways, it doesn't help them repair. I don't know. Let's test it. Down you go. Can it be repaired? Nope. It doesn't look like it's healing anyways. Okay, pistol round, some dollars. Has it given me the special pistol round yet? Because it's going to explain that to me later on. Oh, we also need to utilize... Oh, wait, no, it is fixed. Oh, it does repair a little bit over time, I think. Oh, that's neat. Okay, oh, wait, I need him deactivated, though, because we're dealing with turrets, and it will die to the turrets. Alright, come on, go ahead. Oh, boy. Okay, so this is going to be a real issue. Yeah, too bad I'm keeping myself from being able to do that, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. Because you can only hack them if you actually zap them. So because I can't actually zap them, I've actually got to... Oh, and then they blow up afterwards, too. Oh, boy. Okay, so this next one's going to be a real right pain in the ass, I think. But I should be able to go around it a lot. Don't get stuck! Don't get stuck! Don't get stuck! What am I getting stuck on? I gotta be careful on how I go around, because apparently I can get stuck. I was afraid of that, but that's okay. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna still take damage when it explodes, though. Ugh, I don't like that. That's okay, though. It gives me a lot of healing, I believe. Or not. Oh, there's the first aid. I was like, where's my first aid? I thought I had more than that, too. There's the armor-piercing rounds. That's going to tell me about that, just in case if I ever run into it. Okay, so now I can turn my little robot buddy back on. If he follows you during that portion, he's going to die to those turrets, guaranteed. I can't let him... There's, like, missile turrets later on in this place. I might as well just keep myself on full. Okay. Cigarettes, no. I need alcohol or food.
On the surface, the parasite expects the doctor to heal them for free. The
Yep.
farmer to feed them out of charity. How little they differ from the pervert who prowls the streets looking for a victim he can ravish for his grotesque amusement.
Ah, dang it. I thought that was a first aid. I just said I wasn't going to take the cigarette. Okay, there should be a first aid station around here somewhere. Perfect. Alright, so we want to hack as many first aids as we can, because A, it's going to heal us for a small sum of money. I think about the exact same amount that it would take to actually buy a first aid. Maybe a little bit cheaper than that. I'm not exactly sure. I'm meant to do a comparison on the prices there. But after hacking it, it's going to be cheaper anyway, so it's worthwhile. And whenever you damage a splicer enough, they also go out of their way to use the first aid stations whenever they can. So, in order to keep them from utilizing it, we hack them and it poisons them to kill them instead. $10 easy. Much cheaper. I do need to go back and buy some more first aids, though. But yeah, you definitely want to hack all of the first aid stations so that when you get a splicer low enough and they run away to go heal, then it'll finish it off for you. And again, $10 free heals. Take it over 16. Let's get a 4, I guess. Well, it's not like I'm going to be... Oh, actually, no, I need to save my money for using the first aid stations, because it's cheaper anyways. Only gotta use the first aid packs in matters of emergencies. Now, I'm okay with dying. I'm not doing a perfect run here. Oh my goodness, speaking of perfect run, we're already over the half-hour marker, so I'm going to call it a part right there, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you enjoy the rest of your evenings. I'm going to catch you all in the next part.